Hey guys, Bob McGurty here, and I'm really excited to share something with you. I am not going to take long at all. Thanks for coming to this live event. Live means I had pre-recorded it, but I am now first time airing it. It's live. Feel free to put some comments in the chat section. I'll be texting away because that's what I wanted to do, is record it earlier, and then when it goes live, I can actually engage with you. Here's the deal. Those of you that know me, and that's why you'd be listening to this, know that I'm three things. I'm a networker, I'm a mentor, and I'm a storyteller. And a couple years ago, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, I started a podcast. And on that podcast, I was just telling stories about my life. I loved it. I was having so much fun. People were engaging. People who knew me personally were talking about my story. I was talking about a cousin and an age, and someone sent me a note and corrected it. And I was just kind of testing the grounds. And I had so much fun because I'm a connector. I love connecting with people. I love connecting those stories. And again, networker, mentor, and storyteller. So I was doing the podcast, loving it. It was voice only, not video. So I've kind of upped the game a little bit, though you're stuck with this face. I've got what I got. It is what it is. But what happened with the podcast, I was having so much fun. I was enjoying it. And boom, I was telling the story of doing CPR on my mom, about my mom dying. And it set me back. And that didn't go through emotional need counseling or anything, but I just quit the podcast. And the reason was, when I tell a story, and though this is live and you're an audience listening to it, the reality is it's just me in the room. The cats are hiding somewhere. The dog's out of the deck, and we may hear dog or cats at some point. But what happened was, I was losing emotion, and it kind of scared me. And what I mean is, I was retelling the story of my mom, which is one of the most emotional things in my life, and it was flatlined. And every time I did a podcast, I would play it back, and I don't think I ever did more than two takes on a story. I talked about depression, I talked about the Hell's Angels, and just different things that had happened in my life. But when I told the story of my mom, I literally listened to it, and I just it's still out there on my computer. I did not broadcast it, but I told my wife this story. I told Twyla, and she's like, "Well, let me listen to it." And I didn't let her listen to it, because our stories are personal. And if it sounds like we're reading out of somebody's book or playbook and we have no emotion in it, it's not our story anymore. And I don't know why that happened, but it scared me. And I thought, I have to tell stories Bob's style. I have to smile. I have to make mistakes. I have to bunny trail. And one story reminds me of another story. And so I just kind of quit this. And we just got back from a vacation in Puerto Vallarta, and, just prayer, reflection. And I really felt like I needed to get this podcast going again. I may or may not tell my story about my mom. It's pretty personal, and I may tell it, but I'm not going to let that stop me from being the storyteller that I am. And I really thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting to me. Here's what's going to happen is, I really want to get back to these three buckets in my life: networking, mentoring, storytelling. And I do believe the podcast is a great place for me to do all three of those: to mentor, to share stories that will inspire and help you, to network, connect with different people, and storytelling. That's my format. So thank you for coming to this event. Thank you for coming to it live. And here's what's going to happen is, on a weekly basis, I'm going to do this thing. There may be a specific story. There may be a specific topic. There may be invited people, but never is it going to go over half an hour. Facebook is an amazing place to go live. I also have just started a YouTube channel, Bengali Bob, youtube.com/Bengali Bob. And those will be the two places I'll put it. Anywhere podcasts are, we'll add it there so that you can watch it afterwards. I'm going to find a way to add this to my website, but I really want for you to connect, and please engage. Send me a note. bengalibob@gmail.com is one place. I have other emails, but bengalibob, BENGALIBOB @gmail.com. And let's just connect, and let's share together. Let's do life together. If you have ideas, suggestions, questions, complaints, if the sound's too loud, too soft, if whatever it is, feel free to share with me. And again, this is going to be pretty low key. I don't have a basement studio. I do have a basement, and that may be a quieter place to do this, but we're going to have background noise. There might be a cat. You might go, hey, was that the tail of a cat that went by? You might hear my dog bark, but I just want to tell stories, and I want to connect authentically with you. And I hope this will be beneficial. I hope some of my stories will make you laugh. Some of them may make you cry, but I hope you can also learn and grow with me. That's really what I've got to say. Keep in touch. I'm gonna land on a time frame. I'm looking right now at Thursday mornings, but we might do a poll as an audience builds and say, hey, what's the best time? But if you don't catch it live, there'll be other ways to see it. So thank you for coming to the podcast, and we call it Guided Life. And I hope that in some itsy bitsy teeny part, I can help guide you in your life. We all need to live the best possible life that we can. And if I can be one of those guides to guide you, the hero, to having your best life, love to do it. Meanwhile, let's have fun together. Thanks for checking this out, and keep in tune, keep in touch. And if you want to be alerted, if you want to be on a list and say, hey, let me know every time you're going to go live, bengalibob@gmail.com. We're figuring out the technology, but love to hear from you. God bless you. Take care. And thanks again for joining me on this podcast of Guided Life. And it's about helping that our lives are the best that they can be with the gifts and the talents and the abilities and the strategies that God has given us. Take care.